Welcome back to Mage Knight Philippines. Once again, it's your boy Celestial Striker. And yes, before we start this video, if you're new to Mage Knight and would like to get to know more about this game, all you have to do is follow these two Facebook groups. We have the Mage Knight Grandmasters and the Mage Knight group. These are the Facebook groups that you guys should follow. And of course, if you want to see some Filipino battle report for Mage Knight, all you have to do is follow MK Pinoy at YouTube. So, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today because of one reason. And this is me teaching you how to use the Surge Proficiency. Now, what is the Surge Proficiency? Right? There you go. So basically, once again, pardon the handwriting. The Surge Proficiency allows a warrior to move and attack. That is correct. It allows a warrior to move and attack. Now, all you need to have is the sword attack type in order to do that. Alright? That is the Surge Proficiency. But let me read to you what is officially in our rulebook. Okay? Now, Surge Proficiency. Surge allows a warrior give it a close combat action to both move and make a close combat attack, though the warrior is dealt pushing damage. Let's stop right there. But Celestial Striker, isn't that a problem? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move and attack, but I am losing a precious click of life. Well, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, at Mage Knight 2.0, kill points is secondary and what matters is objective control. And there are things or warriors that get better if they get damaged. One of which is the Krughead Hunter. Alright. With a Krughead Hunter, let me try and focus. There you go. Alright. At first, it boasts an 8 speed, 9 weapon master, 15 toughness, and then this is a 1 damage, but after taking damage, wow. Alright, it loses 1 point of attack, but it gains sweep, still has toughness, and a damage value of 3. That's crazy. Okay? So, there are a lot of Mage Knight 1.0 figures that would benefit from this specific proficiency. And again, all you need is to have the sword attack type. Now, which is fairly good because a lot, or should I say, about 99% of Mage Knight figures in 1.0 have the sword attack type. Though, just a heads up, multiple dial figures such as these and Titans do not get to do or to use the Surge Proficiency. Okay? So that's the thing. Let's put this to the side. Alrighty. Now, how do you actually execute the Surge Proficiency? Alright. Now, to use Surge, a warrior cannot be in base contact with any opposing figures. Okay? So think of it in real life like you have to be alone and there shouldn't be any enemies within your vicinity, at least close combat, close to you. It's a melee attack, alright? So, move the warrior up to its full speed value. And at the end of the movement, the warrior's front arc must be in base contact with an opposing figure. Okay? Deal 1 pushing damage to the warrior using Surge, and then resolve the close combat attack. So basically, this is what's gonna happen. Okay? Let's focus on this. Alright. So we have this weak Krug Headhunter. Alright, I'm collecting these guys. They're awesome, by the way. Alright. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take its full speed value, and the full speed value is an 8. Yes, okay. He will try to use the Surge Proficiency against these two guys, okay? Now, ideally, it's supposed to be only an opposing figure, but there's a surprise. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna move this guy, all right, the Krug Headhunter, to its full speed value, which is 8. And upon moving, let's say I'm already in base contact, that's the time that I will take 1 damage, alright? So let's see if we can get a close-up. Yep, that's good. So after the movement, I take 1 damage, and then the new values will be his current combat values after taking 1 click. So after taking 1 click, he gains sweep, which is amazing for this specific situation. Now he is already targeting 2 figures. Now ideally, I don't have an action token. We'll give them an action token. Alright. And we're going to execute the close combat attack. Now of course, these 2 guys get a free spin, which is logical. And we're gonna check out their defense values. This one has a defense value of 15. It's actually Shatter! An LE! Woo! Goodness! Alright. Shatter has a speed of 9, attack of 10, and a defense of 15. Yep, hope you guys can see that. Alright. And the other one is actually a 2.0 figure. It's a weak Feral Will, which has an attack of 8, speed of 8, defense of 17, slightly higher, yikes, and a damage value of 2. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna execute the attack with the Krug Headhunter. So it's 8 to 15 or 8 to 17. I'm gonna need at least a 7 to hit Shatter, and I'm gonna need a 9. Alright, I'm gonna use these dice. Alright, if I want to hit the Feral Will, I'm gonna need a 9. I'm gonna need a 7 or a 9, so wish us luck. That's a miss. But ideally, if it were a hit, it would take these 2 guys down. Alright, so let's see it in actual practice. So another is gonna do the same movement. Alright, the same move for another batch. So that's 8 inches. Alright, so do the full move first. Okay, yes, do the full move first. After which, after the full move, since it's the same guy, a weak Krug Headhunter, you take the 1 damage. Yep, there you go. Awesome. And then compare. It's the same values. So again, it's 8 to 15 or 8 to 17. I'm gonna need a 7 or 9. And I still miss. Yep. So imagine this. There's a difference between 1.0 and 2.0. In 1.0, bound and charge are highly coveted, whereas in 2.0, though you're losing some life with a Surge Proficiency, okay, you get to actually move and attack. So the gameplay could ideally be faster. Alright? And let's say, for the sake of argument, alright, we have this figure. Alright? We have a standard war hatchet Krug, okay? Speed of 8, attack of 8, 16 defense with toughness, and 3 damage. Now, when it surges, it loses the ram special ability, if you can see there. But the good thing about surge is you get to execute the movement first and then take the damage. So in this situation, what's gonna happen is this. All right, let's say that this guy is here. There's speed of 8, which should be enough to reach these two guys. Yep, we're still at an 8. I'm gonna use the surge proficiency to move these guys, to move against these guys. So these guys are normally gonna spin, but after which they're gonna take 1 damage each. So the 17 defense is down to about 16. Yes. Same thing with this guy. Yep. So their combat values are now, their defense rather, is just 16. And now, since you've completed the move, this is the time that you take the 1 damage and finish the close combat attack. So let's say I'm targeting the one in front. Okay, I'm targeting the one in front. So it's gonna be 8 to 16. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna need an 8. And I kept missing. Yes, guys, this is my normal attack rolls. And assuming that the turn is done, of course, the others can retaliate. So, who are the figures who are eligible to use the surge proficiency? So basically, those who are not in base contact with an opposing figure. So this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy could no longer use the surge proficiency. The ones who could use the surge proficiency are these guys. 1, 2, 3. Someone fell. 4, 5, 6, 7. Since they all have the sword attack type. But, of course, these two dragons are Draconums at the far edge. They don't need to actually surge because they have the charge special ability. Okay? Both of them have the charge special ability and the sweep special ability. Now, Celestial Striker, quick question. How does surge differ from charge? Like, is it charge a lot better than surge because I don't get to lose 1 life? That could be a good argument. However, one thing about the surge proficiency is that it requires a close combat action. Alright, same with charge. However, there is a phrase here. Okay, let's get to that. Surge can be used with special abilities that say give this warrior a close combat action, or when this warrior is given a close combat action, but only if the special ability appears on the dial after the click of pushing damage. Which means that after the movement part, alright, if the ability is there, you gotta use it. Alright? Now, if multiple effects happen at the end of the movement, the active player chooses in which order to resolve them. This could get a bit more complicated. Perhaps I'll take another video to explain multiple effects happening at the same time. Okay? Now, on top of that, so let's say I have Weapon Master. I could do Surge, alright? So I could, let's pretend that this guy has Weapon Master. I could do a Surge and then execute a Weapon Master. Unlike with Charge, the problem with charge is you could not use a special ability which requires you to give the warrior a close combat action, such as Weapon Master, such as Smite, such as some other abilities. You can't do Capture as well, which is another proficiency, which we'll be talking about perhaps in another video. You can't do that. Now, on top of that, you could use effects such as these, okay? It says here, for Giant's Wrath, give the wielder a close combat action targeting a single opposing figure. Alright. If the attack succeeds, deal 1 damage to every opposing figure within 3-inch area of the effect of the target. So, assuming that we're gonna do this, assuming that this is equipped to one of our warriors here, which is a Bladesmith Draconum. Oh, perfect. This one has Weapon Master. Alright. So, let's take a look at the values of this guy. 9 speed, 12 attack, 17 defense, 2 damage. Alright. After taking 1 click, it's practically the same, but the damage goes slower. Now, if he is able to equip this, another good thing about 2.0 is you have relics, again, which will be discussed in another video, hopefully. So he gets +3 attack and +1 defense. So his base attack, it's gonna be 15. Yikes! And his defense is gonna be 18. So let's do a surge. Let's see if this guy could actually reach. Alright? So assuming that this is happening, let's see. The speed is 9. Let's adjust this to 9. Yes, it's adjusted to 9. Alright, more or less. And the good thing is, this guy also has wing type movement. You can see it there. Yep. It's similar to flight, except that you can do formations and you can't use the double time proficiency. But again, that will be discussed in another video or in another topic. So let's do this. Yes, sir. So with a wing type proficiency, it could go above other figures. Yes, so what's gonna happen is he's going to go here. Whoop. Full movement first. Let them do their free spins. Alright. Unfortunately, this guy has the horseshoe speed type. And the horseshoe speed type, ladies and gentlemen, did not get any free spins. So, yep. After the movement, so again, movement first. After the movement, that's the time that you take 1 damage. Yeah. So I'm gonna surge. I am going to target. They both have toughness. This is a tough call, but I'm gonna target this guy. All right. So this guy has 15 defense, I guess, against my 15 attack. Good luck. So yes, it's a hit. And of course, I have the coveted Weapon Master, which allows me to roll a 6-sided dice. Whatever the result is, that is the damage dealt. And that is a 4, ladies and gentlemen. So what's going to happen is I'm going to pick this guy up. This guy has toughness. Yes, that is toughness. So I reduce the damage by 1. So I take 1, 2, 3 instead of taking 4 damage. Yes. And with the effect of Giant's Wrath, alright, every opposing figure within a 3-inch area of effect of the target is dealt 1 damage. Unfortunately, this guy has toughness. This guy has toughness as well. So that could have been good. Let's take a look at 3 inches. Okay. 3 inches. Yes. So ideally, I could have damaged this and nothing more. Yep. So there. I believe that should conclude our video. All right. Now you learn how to use the Surge Proficiency. Okay. Now, once again, one of the things that got me into Mage Knight 2.0 is the speed of the game. Like, instead of just positioning, you could already move and attack. Like, it's a bit faster. and it's more strategic. But again, that's just me. And if ever that you want to learn more about Mage Knight, not just 2.0, but basically all about Mage Knight, all you have to do is follow or join these Mage Knight groups and follow us MK Pinoy at YouTube. Alright? Once again, it has been your boy Celestial Striker, and I'm gonna see you soon, and like, share, and subscribe. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.